Hi, this is Corinne, and in this video we're continuing our quick start tutorial on the CS time clock. My CS time clock is powered on and connected to the network, so the next step is to open up the web interface. I've taken note of my clock serial number, so it should be as simple as entering it in the address bar of my browser. So we type in http:// oops, there's an extra T in there, and we add the prefix CSTC for CS time clock and the serial number and press enter. And voila, we get a login and a password. If you don't know the clock serial number, you can find it as well as the clock's IP address by entering #22 on the keypad of the clock. It will display the serial number when you need to look for the first 5 digits, and in a later screen it will display the IP address of the clock. You can use either the IP address or the CSTC serial number address to log into the web interface. To log in, use 9970 and password, all in lowercase, as our password. The web interface will always open to the list of employees. As you can see, we only have the demo user listed. I am now going to add some employees to my list. Click on Insert. You can add the employee number. Now that I have my employee list complete, I can go and enroll these employees on the clock. I am just quickly going to show you how to add clockings. If, for example, your employees have already clocked in for today and you want them to clock out tonight. To add clockings, we go to our clockings menu, click on Insert, and we type in the time there. So let's say I'm going to look for Archie here. Let's say Archie came in at 8, so we leave that there and we select the direction as in. And we go and add in 8:30 for Betty. $8:15 for Jughead. And 8:05 for Veronica. I want to show you what happens if we have a in and an out clocking for the day. So we're going to add an out clocking for Archie for the 22nd, let's say at 5 o'clock. Alright, so now you can see here Archie for the 22nd has got an 8 o'clock in and a 5 o'clock out. So we're going to have a look at his daily hours. Now if we look at Archie's clockings for the day, we see the in and an out, and we see a total of 9 hours under normal. The clock will always calculate the total time in and will display it under normal by default. We can change the rules around this by changing the employee schedules. I'm going to quickly show you how to add a simple schedule. We go to Processing, Employee Schedules. So now we're going to Insert, and we're adding a schedule for Archie Andrews. Let's say Archie is supposed to start work at 9 o'clock, and I'm going to copy that for the rest of the week. And he ends at 5 o'clock, except for Friday. Let's say he works until 2 o'clock on a Friday. Now, if Archie is not going to clock out for lunch or any unpaid breaks, I can go and add his total unpaid breaks in this column, and it will automatically deduct it from the normal time. So let's say Archie is going to have an unpaid lunch of 1 hour, which we just copy from Monday to Thursday. And then we can enter the total hours worked here, which in his case is going to be 7. And on a Friday, you'll be working 5 hours. And we click on Save. If one or more of your other employees works the same schedule, you can copy it to that employee. So we can copy the schedule from Archie to Betty. Let's have a look at the effect of a schedule on the employee's hours. I'm going to go back to employees just to show you that I can now access the clockings only for Archie from this screen. So I'm going to now insert clockings for Archie, let's say for the 23rd. And I'm going to say he came in early, for simplicity's sake, at 8:45. And he worked a bit late, so let's make that 6 o'clock in the evening. And clocked out. And now we just need to give the clock a minute or so just to reprocess the hours for the 23rd. We're now looking at the daily hours, and just for interest's sake you can see the little icon there, and the pop-up is showing processing scheduled. This means that the clock is still reprocessing the hours for these entries. Now if we now have a look at Archie's hours, the 15 minutes that he came in before 9 o'clock, his scheduled time, so we can see the scheduled time if we go hover over there. So he was expected at 9 o'clock, but he came in early. The 15 minutes is shown under extra. His normal 7 hours is shown under normal, and the extra hour that he worked after the 5 o'clock out time is shown under the 1 hour overtime. His unpaid lunchtime is shown in the lunch column. And the variance, in other words, he worked an extra hour, is shown under the variance column. For more information on the processing settings, please watch the processing videos available on the CS TimeClock's website.